Hello, welcome to Tuesday Talks. How are we doing on this fine Tuesday? Today, I want to talk about something that might come across a little controversial. You might feel a little called out, but hopefully it will get you thinking because that is the whole purpose of this. So I ran across this, I heard it, I can't remember where it came from. It was like last week in something that I either heard or read was the question, how much time do you spend thinking? And that got me thinking, which was great, right? And I've kind of been pondering this idea, and I've seen this concept come up in different ways, in different presentations that, podcasts that I listen to or different people that I follow. And one of the things that I tied to it was a concept that I got from Brendon Burchard. He is a high performance coach. If you've ever listened to anything that he puts out there, he's pretty straightforward and he's a performance coach. So he's all about, how to make your life the most efficient and to have the life that you want, right? High performance. And one of the things that he recently presented was, and he's done this in a lot of his presentations, was the amount of time that we spend distracted. And he's got numbers, he's got statistics, and he will tell you how many hours a day. He calculates that out to the week, to the month, to the year. It is staggering. The numbers are significant. And he rolls everything into that screen time, basically, Netflix, watching TV, being on your phone, whatever distraction. And the purpose of bringing that up is to bring focus to the amount of time we spend doing that, because it's a lot more than we would ever imagine that it is. But for the purposes of today, the reason I'm tying this together is because the amount of time that you spend thinking is greatly reduced today compared to what it was before we had these handy little devices, this, right? Complete computer, powerful little tool to access all of the data, all of our contacts right there at the touch of a finger, right? So now when there's any idle time, standing in line at the grocery store, going through the car wash, anytime you have any idle time, waiting for an appointment, in the lobby, anytime that normally you would be just sitting and waiting with yourself, you have something to distract yourself, right? And when we build in these habits, they aren't just used when we're waiting, when we're at the car wash, when we're in line. We do it. Sometimes we're probably doing it while we're watching Netflix, right? But we're doing it at other times of the day, while we're at work, while we're at lunch with a friend, while we're at the dinner table with our family, while we're cooking supper, while we're doing anything. That device is not far from our reach. And so I really liked the way this question was phrased, because it gets you thinking, how much time do I spend thinking? Just really with my intimate thoughts, with my inner dialogue, with whatever comes to mind. How much time do we spend just thinking? So how much time do we spend doing that, and how intentional are we about it? So if you would say, oh, I'd probably spend, I don't know, let's say it's 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes in an entire day that you're awake, from whatever time in the morning till whatever time at night. Only 15 minutes of that time is spent just thinking. And then is it spent just thinking where you're not distracted, where somebody's not interrupting you, where there isn't some noise in the background, or there's something that will take your attention? And how comfortable is that time for you? Because here's the other thing. When we're so used to having something distracting us all the time for any downtime, any extra minutes, any waiting time. It's filled with something, right? We don't realize that it's filled, that it's consumed, that we're distracted. But while we're doing that, whatever's on that screen is occupying our mind, our brain space. So when that time would be just spent sitting, thinking, what do I need to do today? What are we going to have for supper? Do I need to grab anything from the store? How's my day been? Boy, I wish I wouldn't have said that to that coworker this morning the way I said it. Is any of that inner dialogue happening because we're so used to not doing it? So when we do find time, maybe you walk into a doctor's office and the first sign you read says no cell phones. It doesn't say turn it off. It says no cell phones. And you're like, okay, so you leave it, you make sure it's off and it's in your bag and you don't pull it out. And you notice that you're just sitting there idly with your own thoughts. And it's foreign. It's not familiar. It's not common. It's not comfortable. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? And you just feel this draw to grab your phone out of your bag. Like, just want to look at it. And then all you're thinking about is how you want to grab your phone and be distracted. So these are skills of the internal dialogue, recognizing it, becoming aware of it, and just connecting with ourselves. It's a skill that we don't practice often, and we're not good at it. We're not comfortable with it. And so when there is a chance, we shy away from it and we avoid it because it's not comfortable. We don't really know like what is going on here. Now all of a sudden these voices are really loud because that's all I'm hearing is my own inner dialogue. And so we might just find ourselves like, ooh, this is like cringeworthy, right? We're just not comfortable with this. We're not used to it. But I'm going to challenge you to make this an intention for you to find those idle minutes. Take a scheduled break at 10 and 3. And maybe you do already, and you guys are doing something and you're walking with your friends, or you have something that you do, but whatever it is in your day where you can find and carve out an intentional amount of time that you're going to spend just thinking. And maybe you grab a notebook just in case something comes up and you want to jot some things down. What you do need to grab at the store, what else you need to get ready for this event, whatever it is, whatever else you need to throw in your bag for packing for a trip. But just be intentional about it and then really get comfortable with the process and expect maybe that it might be uncomfortable. Expect that you're going to be, faced with something different than what you've felt before, or you're just like, this is new, this is foreign, I don't like it. Be prepared for that and be ready to kind of power through that resistance. The worst that can happen is you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to have some uncomfortable sensation in your body, some vibration that you don't like. That's the worst that can happen. It's not going to hurt you. It won't harm you. It's not going to damage you. It's not going to kill you. It's not. It's actually going to heal you. It's actually going to reconnect you with yourself. It's going to open up some ideas, some desires, some dreams. It might open up things that have been trying to find its way out, but you're not listening. You're not paying attention. Your inner spirit, your inner desires, they're there, but you don't hear them because you don't spend time just thinking, just being with yourself, just connecting with yourself. So maybe those voices have been quieted. Maybe those voices have stopped trying. Unlikely. They likely have not stopped trying, but you might notice some new things. You might experience some surprising realizations. How amazing is that to tap back into and reconnect with those things, right? If you're feeling lost or like disconnected or uncomfortable and you don't know why, you're just unsettled, but you just don't know where it's coming from, this might help allow some of that to come to your awareness. So I challenge you to ask yourself, how much time do you spend thinking? Just thinking. And then how much time do you want to spend thinking? And be intentional. And in every day when you set your schedule, find some time to carve out where you can just Maybe it's just sitting in your car when you know nobody will interrupt you. Phone's on do not disturb. I'm not touching it. This is my 15 minutes to just sit here and think. And maybe you just sit there and you observe the world around you. You observe what's going on with other people, with other things. It's spring, so there's more birds, there's more activity, there's more blooms. Which trees are blooming faster than other ones? And you just take in everything around you. And it's quiet and it's calm and it's comfortable. And it allows that connection between you and yourself. And you just think. And there's no pressure, there's no goal, there's no you have to come up with anything. It's just, I'm going to spend this time just thinking. That's all it's dedicated for. That's your challenge for this week. Okay? How much time do you spend thinking? And how much time do you want to spend thinking? And be intentional about it. And if you ever have times where stuff comes up and you're like, well, I'm not quite sure what this is, or it feels different, it feels uncomfortable, or you get stuck in something that's uncomfortable. If you have anything like that happen, always know that I'm a resource here for you. Just reach out to me, send me a direct message. Let me know what happened, what you need help with. If you're stuck on something, or if you're not sure if you're doing it right, it might feel very foreign, very unsure, very new. So if you have any questions, always feel comfortable to reach out to me. Send me a direct message and let me know. And I would love to hear how it goes. I would love to hear what you decided, how much time you actually spend thinking, and how much time you're going to decide to spend thinking. What is that number for you? I'm kind of curious what that is. So I am here to support you on this journey. Please go out and spend some time thinking. Be diligent, be intentional, reconnect with yourself. I'm so excited to hear how this goes for you. Until next week, I will see you. Start thinking.